What's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Cool Shit again. Today, it's time to unveil build number 2. Now, not like number 2, like bathroom stuff, but number 2 as in we're gonna have 2 builds going at the same time. So, this one will definitely be our largest build to date due to the fact that it's got 4 wheels. It's not a big 4-wheeled vehicle, but it does have 4 wheels, which means it'll definitely be the largest build to date. So, in this episode, we're gonna go through, do a walk around on it, show you guys what we're starting with, and maybe lay out a little bit of what the plans are for this build. And then in the next episode, we'll tear right on into this thing, and away we go. Now, before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool shit. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on this build or our scooter to mini bike swap that we're doing at the same time as well. So you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on anything. But with all that being said, let's show you guys the new build. Guys, so this here is my 1972 Jeep, AM General DJ5. Even though it says Jeep on the back, it's technically an AM General, which was just a company that Jeep sold the name, the rights to, and then it just kept changing hands until we got the Jeep from what we see today. But this is an old postal Jeep. Now, as you've seen, she's a little rough. She was a parts Jeep, which means she was definitely a donor. So there's no engine, there's no transmission, there's a bunch of parts for it, but I need to go through everything. A lot of it, honestly, we're not going to use on this. I have picked up an engine and trans that we are going to use for this, but I'm going to leave the suspense for later on when we get there. For now, we're definitely going to have to make some changes to make things work. So that will be the game plan come the next episode, but she's going to need a full interior, as you guys seen. She's a little rusty. I don't know that I'm going to paint it, but I'm open to options. So let's get the hood popped. I'll show you guys the kind of room we have underneath there, and we'll continue on. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have no engine or tranny in here, which makes it a bit easier for what my game plan is. But as you can see, since it was a straight 6, there is quite a bit of room to work with in here. Now, let's see if you guys can see down there. That's where the brake master should be, but we have nothing because this is a right-hand drive vehicle. So our steering's over here on the passenger, or maybe it's the driver in this case. The right side of the vehicle has the steering, so that's going to be a little different, something a little more difficult to find parts for, but I definitely want to keep the right-hand drive in it. I think that's really cool for what it is, and it makes this thing a little bit more special. Now, we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing with the cross member. We're gonna probably delete all of this stuff, relocate the horns if they even work. There's like no wiring in this thing, so we're gonna have to wire the vehicle. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's definitely gonna be worth it. And the goal is to keep this as cheap as we possibly can. So we'll get there as we go, but it's gonna be a lot of work to get to that point. So let's do a few more beauty shots and then we'll call it a wrap on this episode. Alright guys, so I may have lied there. I figured I should go through and give you a little walk around of the inside here. Now there's not a ton of room, but let's see if the camera will get it. The roof is good in this thing, and there's not a ton of rust back here in the back. Here, let me put this up. It's just really surface rust back here, which is a good start. Now, there's a big air compressor in the way that doesn't really work. You guys can't see the rust over there, it's a little too dark. But once we come over here, you can see where there's definitely some rust, but I don't know how crazy we're gonna get, if we're gonna chase all of this or just leave it. I really like the old school steering wheel on it. I have the dashboard for it, but as of right now, it's not in there. I don't know if the windshield wipers work. I don't know much of anything about this thing, but we're gonna tear into it in the next episode and really see what we can do with this thing. So let's get you a few more beauty shots and then we'll call it a wrap. So that is our next build, a 1972 Jeep DJ5. So I'm really excited to dig into this thing and get it up and running. The guy was really surprised when I bought it. He did not think that this one was going to be back on the road, but I told him I'm going to send him some pictures and we're definitely getting it back on the road no matter what it takes. But before we get out of here, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out as this thing gets a little wild. But with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace!